Welcome to Alchemy Avenue, where we transform in real time, trust the vibe, and grow on purpose. This isn't just a podcast, it's a movement, a reminder that you don't need fixing, just unlocking. Around here, we laugh, we build, we heal, and we elevate, all powered by that deep inner knowing that says, this is exactly where I'm meant to be. You were made for this version of you, so let's expand, let's enjoy it, and let's keep becoming who we already are. Tap in. This is Alchemy Avenue. All right, welcome back to another powerful episode. Let's get into it today. Today we're going to dive deep into calibration, not nervousness. I had to learn that I don't need to calm myself down before interactions. I need to start directing how I go about those interactions. So let's unpack that in a very, just a way that I've never really looked at when I feel nervousness or any kind of feeling before interactions. Because again, I mean, like we talked about this in other episodes, I am a planner and I like to sometimes maybe too much control or try to control or always have an answer for situations or anything like that. So I had to get out of that mind frame and start directing and start letting that energy and let my field and vibration, everything, I had to kind of let it just wash over me and then understand what's going on. So that's what we're going to unpack today. So what I have really labeled as nervousness, I kind of misidentified as really is to me now, just kind of with meditation and just, journaling and writing things down, to me is more of an activation now, especially for me, like when I was around, because I'm not around, but when I'm very, perceptive, intuitive, observant, and highly aware of my environments. A lot of us are. So that feeling before interactions, before meetings, conversation, even going into rooms or stepping into new spaces, it's a lot of times, at least for me, a lot of times it wasn't always fear. It was preparation. My system wasn't really panicking. I just interpreted it as panic. It was powering up. It was really, giving me the tools and letting me, know that, okay, you're okay. We're just downloading some different things for you to better go into this space you're about to go into. And that's the only thing that's really been off is the label, really. How I labeled it, that's really what hindered me from really understanding it before I kind of unpack. So really what started this conversation, I was driving on the way to work one day. And for some reason, I noticed like if I have various appointments, especially in the morning, I called it nervousness. I get some kind of feeling, but God, my higher self, whatever you want to call it, I call it, my higher self, was like, why are you saying this is nervousness? Has anything happened outside of what you've planned? And even if it didn't it work out? I was like, well, yeah, it did. So again, it wasn't nervousness. It was just me interpreting that feeling and interpreting what was going on in my body a different way and seeing it as really I was being prepared. I was really getting myself in a space of, okay, another opportunity to, engage and really just kind of unpacking the day and just really going about my day without trying to control or seem like I am in control. So really it is a part of kind of just letting go and being in the now situation. So nervousness versus pre-engagement activation. So that's kind of what I call it now. It's a calibrating pre-engagement activation. So traditional nervousness usually comes from fear of judgment, fear of outcomes, fear of losing control. But what many of us experience is different. It can feel, a slight tightening in the chest, stomach, heightened awareness, faster thoughts, increased alertness, and sharpened perception. That's exactly what I felt. All of that there has nothing to do with fear, nothing to do with, something's going to happen to me. So it's not always anxiety. It can be my system was really loading the bandwidth. So it was really giving me the tools beforehand. the handle and just be on point with everything that I was going to do. So just like same and see it like this, and because it may be a little confusing, because to me I had to really sit with it, because the thought came and the notion came so fast. I had to really sit with it because I didn't really understand what was being downloaded to me. So I had to write it out, and then some things that came up that kind of made it plain for me and actually put the pieces together was like, just like if you're an athlete and you played any sports or you worked out or anything, you stretch. What are you doing? You're not stretching. Well, you could stretch because you don't want to get hurt, but your main thing is that you're just getting your body ready. You're stretching your muscles, your joints, everything. You're just stretching to get them ready. When musicians tune instruments, there's nothing wrong with the instrument. They're just getting into a space where they know it's going to be ready. So whenever it's time to perform, they're on point. Engineers run checks. Whenever they do experiments and doing different things, whenever they're about to do and complete, they make sure they go through a list and make sure everything is good. This right here was the main one that kind of that actually made it super plain. When pilots are about to take flight, there's nothing wrong with the plane. They're doing all the checks, making sure this is where it needs to be. What's the wind? What is, checking the fuel. I'm doing all those different things before we take off, because nothing's wrong with the plane. It's just that I'm making sure everything is good. So instead of me, the way it came to me, so instead of me actually like going through the checks, everything was kind of just being downloaded to me all at one time. And that's what I misinterpreted, because I'll feel, anxiety, or sometimes you'll say, oh, I got to be around people. And sometimes you don't want to be around people. But again, especially if you work like in a customer driven environment or anything like that, or even have coworkers that you interact with, your body you may feel like, I don't want to deal with these people. But think about it more as you already have all the tools to deal with everything that's going to go on, and your body, your field may get a burst of energy. Now you just got to understand how to wield it. I say at times to some people, I'm the magic wand. I'm the one. I just point myself and boom, I get to do everything I need to do. So it's definitely a powerful recognition of that sensation, because we've been led to like, oh my God, I have, social anxiety. And not saying that's not a thing. I'm not dismissing any kind of, diagnosis or any problems that people may have. But for me, I just see it different and able to use this energy for, what I want to use it for. So what happens in both familiar and unfamiliar spaces? So this was good right here. So most people, and me, especially, assume activation only happens in unfamiliar environments, but it can happen in familiar ones as well. Again, family, friends, people that you are around, because your system isn't just responding to people or places, it's responding to the variables. That part. Even with people well, your body may still ask, what energy is present today? What tone is this interaction carrying? What adjustments is needed for coherence? And I think that's the biggest part that was made plain for me, is that I'm making an adjustment for coherence, because I'm so, at this point in my life, I'm so, I really want to protect my peace. I want to protect just how I move, and I don't want any drama, any kind of inconsistencies. I'm good. I'm super good on it. So that was the big one for me. And I'm talking about that's with any situation, work, family, friends, anything. So my biggest thing was the adjustments. I felt like I had to overcorrect and over adjust for the people I'm going to be around. So, so predictable does not always mean aligned. So your system scans, not because you're afraid, but because you're aware. And awareness always checks the environment before engagement. Listen to that again. Your awareness always checks the environment before engagement. So your body and your field is going to do that anyway. Now you just got to be in a space where you're open enough to receive the information in a way that you can use the information. So not being so stressed out, not being in a space where every little thing is going to get on your nerves, being able to be coherent and level enough to be able to move and just receive the information. So important distinction between intuition and burst activation, because I didn't want to make this seem like saying that your intuition is off, or, how we can, feel situations may not be right. And I'm saying we just bypass that. No. So because I'm not saying that at all. There are moments in your life when your system sends true warnings. There are times when you genuinely sense danger, misalignment, something's off, or a situation you shouldn't even be close to. I'm not dismissing that at all. That's powerful. That's another powerful, superpower that we have anyway. So that's not what we're talking about here. Intuitive warning signals feel different. That's the key. They feel a lot different than what I'm talking about. They don't feel like energy building. They don't feel like clarity landing. Activation feels like charge rising. Intuition feels more like the truth is settling in. So one says prepare, the other says pause. Learn the difference is power. We are not dismissing instinct, not at all. Not at all. I just want to refine the interpretation of it, because every situation you go into, it's not going to be danger. It's not. And then understanding the difference between that sensation of danger and then that sensation of being prepared. Because again, I've never been taught or never even thought about it in this way. So when it came to me, I was like, oh, okay, to me, it makes a lot of sense to me. But I just had to get into a space where I was able to really fully understand it and just see it clear. So now I can use it on a daily basis. So sensitivity is not fragility. It's not. It doesn't mean that you're fragile. We just got to understand how to use that. If you notice, you feel things, different sensations before interactions, it doesn't mean you're socially anxious. I got to make sure I preface this because I don't want nobody to take anything I'm saying like this out of context. You may have, or you may, say you have social anxiety. Again, I just would, if you say that, or if you feel that at times, I would just say, really understand what is going on with the feelings. Because if you're going to a space that you've never been, or you're going to a space that you've been a lot of times and you just got that feeling, but you're going, and it's a place you're going to, interact with people and that kind of thing, you don't feel like danger, really unpack what you're really getting. Are you being equipped? Are you getting, everything you need to better enter into the space and better calibrate yourself and better, enjoy where you're going? Because I'm telling you, we read environments quick. We notice the subtle shifts. We can anticipate the dynamics, and you sense tone before words. All of that right there, sometimes it happens so fast, though. It happens so fast that we're like, oh my God, what is all this information? And now we got to process it. To me, it's more about trust than anything. A lot of times we don't trust ourselves. And even me, I was at a space where I didn't fully trust the information I was getting in. So I'll let it sit there. But the information that's coming it's coming. But now, so to me, this is the next layer of, okay, I've done my work. I understand, who I am, and I love being myself. Now I can be in any space because I'm supposed to be there. If I'm in a space, I'm supposed to be there. So I never think I'm not supposed to be somewhere I am. If I'm there, I'm supposed to be there. I don't care where it's at. I don't care who's there. I'm supposed to be there if I'm there. I mean, that's just, to me, that's just how I think. I don't shrink myself or make myself. I don't care who is in the room. I am who I am. I love me. I continue to move in a powerful and amazing ways. So once you get to that space, but then understanding that you still, no matter what I just said, you still are human, and you still have thoughts and you still have feelings about doing different things. So now you got to understand that information coming in and being able to use that to your advantage, because that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to shrink or, minimize yourself, even with this information here. So that's perception, not weakness, not weakness at all. Being sensitive is not a weakness. People may make you feel that way because, one, they don't understand it. And to be honest with you, they don't understand it and they don't have that perception. I mean, they do. They just not in the space where for people that can just do it naturally. Some people don't understand that, and they would never will. So that's not for you to explain, over-explain, or try to make them understand that. So if you look at your life honestly, and this is really what really drove it home for me. Because it said, if you look at your life honestly, you'll probably realize something. You didn't collapse in interactions. You stabilized them. You didn't get overwhelmed. You organize. You don't freeze. You respond. And that may take you back a little bit too, because so sometimes, like, if I'm talking a lot and I can feel everyone's looking at me in like a small setting, I may stutter because for some reason, and I didn't really know what it was, but for some reason, all the information from all the people that are looking at me or paying attention, it's coming in so fast. And I'm trying to process that and process my thought that I want to say. It just happens. So I don't hold no resistance to it. To me, I want to laugh every time it happens because I understand what's going on. I completely understand what's happening because I can feel it. Like I literally, and I didn't realize that to maybe, most recently, that whenever I'm talking and I stutter or that it's just it's a wave of energy coming through me and I'm trying to process that and say what I'm trying to say and then think about some other, it's a lot that comes in. So I just take a second, I do laugh, or I'll just, it happens, I'll pause and then just keep going with what I'm gonna say. Or it could be you picking up on someone's energy so strong and it's like, whoa, hold on. What do you have going on? Because the waves are coming and okay, all right, how do I need to process this? So again, it's all learning lessons, and I just like to bring the information in real time that happens for me to be able to pour. Because again, this podcast is about you being the best human, you being the best human, and understanding that you don't have to shrink, you don't have to collapse, you don't have to minimize you and how you like to move when you want to. When you love yourself and you care about who you are. That's just my opinion. So preparing you to do what you already do well, pretty much. And a lot of us like, oh, I don't have a talent, I don't have a gift or anything. And again, I used to say that. I used to be like, oh, I don't do anything well. What do I do? Like, I don't play an instrument. I don't, do these different things. At least some of the things I do well, I'm very creative. I'm process driven. I can look at a situation and kind of pick out, okay, this is how to make it, more harmonized. I can do that. And then also I'm good with people. I'm very, very good with people. Especially with what I do is I work in a service department at a dealership, and I can just talk to people and explain to them what's going on. But then I understand the process between your vehicle coming and your vehicle leaving. How do we get through that, in a harmonious way? If you're dropping off your vehicle, if it's a lot of variables that go into all of that and understanding how, but then I'm good at processes. And, also, I'm a good person as well. I'm funny. Again, so once you start to unpack what you do well and just look at your life and the different things that you've done, you can get in a space where, okay, those different things, and now you get to build on those things. So now if you do want to play an instrument, if you do want to do anything you want to do, you have the confidence and you have the power really to do it once you start to get into a space where you just, understand that you already do things well. I don't care who you are. I do not care who you are. You already do things well. Find those things, love those things, and then you get to build on those things. Sorry, that was definitely, I need to hear that. So did you. So language changes how you think about and how you see yourself. So language changes things. So the body listens to what you call things. If you say I'm nervous, your system braces. If you say I'm anxious, your system tightens. But if you rename the sensation, I'm calibrating. That's literally what I say now. I'm calibrating, or my body's calibrating. I'm preparing. My system is getting ready. The body responds different. Again, you are your voice and how you speak. That is, you're not just putting your vibration out. You're also telling your cells, your trillions of cells, how you feel and how to move. They believe you. That's what all your body and everything, your voice and how you articulate, your cells believe you and they will act accordingly. I'm not saying it because this is something that I heard. This is what I know. This is definitely what I know. So the body responds differently because now it understands the sensations instead of resisting it. Because you're training your body. You're training your body with how you say and how you move. So the charge doesn't disappear. It definitely stabilizes. So now you get these hits. So like now I get these hits and then now I'm able to just let it process, almost like a wave. Like whenever a wave comes, you depending on how big it is, but this is talking about a normal wave comes and it washes over you. That's exactly what I do with the information. I call it data. Whenever I feel or anything, I just let it wash over me now. And then I don't even really give it. Now so before I've done that and then I'll say, okay, let me give it a task. Now I don't even give it a task. I don't even name it. I just let it, because I understand I'm already equipped, and now I just need to understand what I need to use for my toolbox. And it's not me physically, or I guess, pulling things out of the toolbox. I am just in a space where it automatically is going to get used. Whatever I need is automatically. So I don't even call for it. I don't do anything. I just let it all unfold because I know I got it. So real skill, real time responses. Here's where growth actually happens. Some people try to manage every possible outcome. That's me. I used to try, or I still try to manage every outcome before anything happens. So pre-solve, pre-controlling, pre-planning every variable. But real confidence isn't pre-management. It's real-time responsiveness. And if you look at your life, you already respond well in real time. Again, we miss that because we're looking at so many different things and we don't understand. We do things well in real time. We really do. We really do. Sometimes, man, we get stuck in comparing or looking at other things and looking at how other people do stuff. You are not other people. We are not other people. You are you, and you have to be good with that because you're the only you that you can be anyway. You have to be good with that. And if you see something you want to change it. Change it. And don't change it from I got to make sure I do better and beat yourself up. Change it from a space of, okay, I want this result. So now I got to change. I got to do this a little different. You know what I mean? Because I don't want us to beat ourselves up for anything that happens or anything that we feel or do. So that's just how I feel about that. So, which means the situation rising beforehand isn't doubt. It's readiness. It's readiness. So all that energy that's coming is readiness. So here's how it shows up practically. Before something important, a conversation, meeting, an event, a new environment. When the sensation arises, instead of asking, why am I nervous? Start to say, my system is preparing to lead. No suppressing, no calming yourself down, no analyzing, just naming it correctly. For you, again, I say calibrating, you may want to say something else. Find your own language about it. Or, you may have already got language you need to know that you had the vocabulary for it. You use it. Again, this is all about how you move. Again, it's good to take information from, other people, and when stuff resonates, you use it, but again, you still have to find a space where you can use all this stuff for you and how you want to use it. So just naming it correctly, then let the sensation exit without story. Watch what happens. It settles faster, it stabilizes it, it works for you instead of against you. One thing too, because again, this is fresh information that this was like from last week. So now when I come home, usually I just be mentally tired because, I'm dealing with, everything, all kind of things at work. This whole week, I'm still physically tired, but my mind is not even close to kind of like unwired and unhinged that sometimes it can be just after a long work day or a busy work day. It's just more, I feel better, more clear. And then once you're clear, you can make better decisions when you're clear. And that's really, a superpower within itself. So the next time that sensation arises in your body, don't brace, don't shrink, don't question yourself. Recognize it. This is your system coming online. This is your awareness sharpening. Use that. So that's your presence loading. That's your signal getting clear. You're not being warned. You're being equipped. Nothing is going wrong. You're getting ready. And the moment you stop misleading and mislabeling how you feel, your power is not fear. It is power to be able to just do more. So you stop trying to calm down and you start stepping forward because you understand now. We understand that we don't need less sensation. We just need clear interpretation and clear guidelines for ourselves and how we want to use it. So we don't need to relax our power. We need to direct it. So again, whenever that charge rises again, meet it differently. Stand in it, breathe in it, walk in it. Let it sharpen us because that's the way we feel. And that used to be a question, but actually now it's a moment our system says you're ready. So again, it's just so powerful to be able to alchemize different situations and understanding how, anything that happens or any situation that arises, we can have control of it. And I say control with this is more about less control or, no control, and just letting the situation, letting that, come up, and then understanding that it's preparing you to be able to do what you need to do. Again, not saying this is not your intuition. This is not saying you disregard your intuition. Use that, move like that. This is not that. This is every day, which intuition is with every day as well. But to me, there's a difference between just your intuition and then pre-engagement, energy that comes. So again, holla at me, Alchemy Avenue Talks. You can hit me up at 336-464-7881. Text, call. You want to build or got questions about anything, then we can build on that. Alchemy Avenue 859 at Gmail. Alchemy Avenue on TikTok and David Hack on Facebook. Again, like codes. People, I keep getting messages or people saying, hey, do you make any codes for this? If you want, yes. So this is another one. Again, 11 by 17. This is size, pretty good size. It has a print and then also has the light codes on top. This one is trust the signal, not the shape. Feel the frequency, then let the unfolding surprise you. So this is that. Again, you'll get multiple copies of this. So you get the print with the light codes. So you get this. Then you'll get one without light codes. Then you'll get a digital copy of both as well. So shipped to you, donation. It's what the exchange is. So holla at me. All right, till next time. Love yourself so you can love others. Ashe.